Move-in weekend is bound to be a little hectic at USM this year. Students got a letter today asking them to move in a day earlier than planned because of the impending storm. If you missed this year's training extravaganza here at the Great Falls Club, don't worry. Some club members say they won't be completely finished with this track you see behind me here for another 10 years. One way of protecting yourself is that if you see a hunter in the woods, make yourself known by standing up and waving to let them know you're there. But president of the company, Rob Susi, says that there's something about this event that makes it a little bit more special. Now, in case you're wondering what it takes to get through the whole 14-hour night, Slugger knows, but Team Jamie does also. They say it takes non-stop dancing and caffeine.
Next summer, the 2012 Summer Olympic Games will be underway in London, bringing together athletes from around the world. Today, there was a different type of Olympics right here in Maine. News Center's Chris Marine is here now to explain. Chris?
Hi, Pat. Different strokes for different folks. People from Maine all the way to Mississippi are in Hebron this weekend for the 2011 Redneck Olympics. And these aren't your grandfather's summer games. 3 words describe this weekend's summer games: beer, mud, and hundreds of people came out for the summer fun known as the Redneck Olympics.
Why did we come here? For yummy! For yummy!
What's that mean?
That's his name!
Oh. Nicole is from Buckfield, Maine, and besides coming for yummy, they came for tire burning. Not as much tire burning as tire popping. That was quite a pop there.
Yeah, that burned the tire right off it.
Besides tire popping, there was also the mud runs, where drivers go as fast as they can to get through about a couple hundred feet of muck. Driver Dennis Damon says this was the main reason why he came.
Just good people, good times, and abuse on vehicles. That's about it.
For others, just watching the event was good enough.
Watch some trucks go through the mud. It's the best part about the Redneck Olympics.
Now, if truck driving isn't your fancy, maybe the tire beer trot is your forte.
You have to run to the end of the tires, through the tires. If they okay you at the end, you have to drink 1 full cup, and then if you come back through to this end and you still have a cup, you have to drink it. So, and then whoever does it wins. It should be interesting. It'll be fun.
With non-stop action, people at these Redneck Olympics agree. London's got nothing on them.
I think we're way above them. They're right here. Redneck Olympics is way up here.
So whether you're here for the
Popping tires and everything. Because we like to eat pig.
don't expect to see the Olympic rings at these summer games. Pat, now I can see you maybe in one of those mud runner trucks next year. What do you think?
Well, I've been stuck in the mud a time or two, so I do have experience in that. Usually not on purpose, though.
There you go. And I should also say there's also the toilet seat horseshoes and the bobbing for pig's feet.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Bruce, we can only hope that NBC will bid on it and cover it next year.
Let's just hope.
Good evening, I'm Pat Callahan. Recovery efforts continue in Vermont as they clean up from Tropical Storm Irene. A group of medical volunteers from Maine is getting ready to lend a hand. News Center's Chris Marine is here now with more on the story. Chris?
Pat, the group of medical volunteers known as Maine Task Force 1 is going to Vermont to staff a medical shelter in support of people who are stranded by the floodwaters. Today I caught up with 2 members of the team as they got ready to leave for the Green Mountain State. Crews in Vermont have been busy cutting down tree limbs from power lines and assessing the destruction Irene left behind. Some people are still isolated after entire roads were swept away, and they need help. Maine Task Force 1 is on its way to help out.
This is our first out-of-state cross-border deployment, so we're happy to be able to assist Vermont in this.
Typically, the team of 25 volunteer doctor, nurses, and EMTs are deployed through MEMA as an asset to the state of Maine. But when a disaster hits in another state, duty calls.
Even though we're all based in our respective states, we support each other.
8 of the 25 volunteers on the team will make the trip. One of them, Greg Kapinos, is an EMT.
This is my first deployment with the team, and I'm very excited to go out the door.
He says packing for a mission like this is like packing for a camping trip. They need to be self-sufficient because they don't know what resources they'll have once they get to Vermont.
pretty much packing as if I was going to go camping, and I added in some medical supplies. We don't know what we're going to have when we get there. We do know we're going to be putting up in a school. We'll be sleeping on cots. There'll be showers, but beyond that, we don't know what we're going to be encountering and how much there is. So we need to prepare ourselves to be self-sustained for at least 72 hours.
We have a full component of medical supplies, of course. We do travel with our own communications gear. We are basically self-supporting as far as our supplies.
Mainers on their way to help neighbors in need in Vermont. The team will be supplementing the New Hampshire response team that is already there. It has a medical area already set up in one of the schools in Rochester. Maine Task Force 1 takes off early tomorrow morning and will be working in Vermont through Sunday. Pat?
All right, Chris, thank you. When Joe LoCicero's car rolled off the assembly line back in 1990, gasoline just over $1 a gallon for regular fuel. Now, Joe recently marked his 1 millionth mile to his 21-year-old Honda Accord. This afternoon, Main Street in Saco was shut down to throw a surprise parade and also give a very well-deserved present to Joe. News Center's Chris Marine was there.
Actually, when we were driving in, I said, why are they closing the street? What, are they having a parade?
That's exactly what they were having. It may look like a regular news conference, but out of plane, parade floats, and a marching band, and you have a celebration.
That car is just, that car has been amazing.
Joe puts an average of 14,000 miles a month on his car for his work, which takes him all across the state. He works as a mechanic consultant for car warranty companies. Joe's brother David says that reaching 1 million miles was a goal of his for some time.
Joe was determined. He said when it hit around 500,000 or 600,000 miles that it's now a mission, and he was gonna get 1 million out of it. And I'll be darned if he didn't, working at it and keeping it up, and he made 1 million. It's kind of amazing.
Joe was expecting a small gathering with a few family and friends, but nothing like having his face over dozens of flags and floats.
It was a big surprise. My face was even a bigger surprise.
The giant odometer powered by human-sized hamster wheels slams home the point of 1 million miles. Joe's sister says that his car looks like it's in pretty good shape.
It looks beautiful. You would never know that it's been on the road 1 million miles.
Joe says there really is no secret to keeping his car on the road this long. Most of its main parts, like its engine and even front calipers, are all originals. He's changed a few parts, but says he's kept up with his manufacturer maintenance schedule, and it's been pretty smooth driving.
That one has a timing belt, so you change the timing belt roughly every 90,000, so it's had like at least 9 or 10 of those. And you just keep doing it.
Joe was given a brand new 2012 Honda Accord presented by Miss Maine. He doesn't know what he'll do now with True Blue, but his family has an idea.
He'll probably drive it until it turns into dust.
I mean, it took 15 years to do it, so it may take me 15 years to decide the next step. I don't know.
A long road to a very happy new beginning. In Saco, Chris Marine, News Center.